Read.
I am Elaine Gottesman, and I have a vested interest in helping my husband read a chapter in his book. This is the book that Bud wrote, The Reluctant Sailor. And The Reluctant Sailor is a collection of delightfully funny and thoroughly entertaining remembrances of coming of age in the Navy during World War II. And it's all true. Bud's notice to report for active duty was delivered to the wrong house, so he was AWOL almost immediately. Were it not for his grandmother parking herself between two burly shore patrolmen and the front door, they would have taken him away in his pajamas, covered in measles. During mess hall duty, Bud accidentally sent 40 pounds of golden fried chicken airborne after he collided with a dyslexic server going in the outdoor. Naturally, the chicken and sailors landed in the mud. To avoid eternal KP, Bud learned the Navy way to return them to the serving line, 10 minutes under a garden hose. Another incident, grabbing a chocolate bar while waiting in line to see the dentist wasn't the best idea Bud ever had. The dentist mistook an errant morsel of chocolate on Bud's pristine pearly whites for a cavity and filled it. True, he apologized for his error, but then he did it again. Arriving 10 minutes late from Liberty, Bud was AWOL again. His punishment? Guard duty all night long. Having run out of things to guard and guns to guard them with, he was ordered to guard a dumpster with a broomstick. Trying to escape scrape and paint detail, Bud hid in the paint locker. A great idea until the door slammed shut. With no handle on the inside, he was trapped for quite a while, more than enough time for the captain to think he had fallen overboard. They turned the ship around to look for him. Life in the Navy wasn't at all what Bud expected. For Bud, doing things the Navy way was like trying to fit the square peg into the round hole. Lucky for him, his sense of humor prevailed, and he made it through unscathed, and lucky for us, he remembered all of the delicious details. And that'll give you some insight into what's ahead. Thank you very much.
Read the prologue, the foreword.
Okay. Through the years, I have told and retold most of the stories in this book, at least a few times, Bud says. Lately, in my golden years, I have noticed more often than not in my attempts to relate one of my amusing experiences, my contemporaries are so moved by my words that I am interrupted so they can tell me about their experiences instead. Therefore, I dedicate this book to my friends without any verbal interruptions and to my family. I wanted a chance to preserve some stories of what happened to me in the Navy. Maybe my 4 daughters, Sim, Kim, Nikki, and Mindy, as well as a few honorary daughters, might get a kick out of it. Then there is always the possibility that my 4 grandchildren, Dana, Zachary, Michelle, and Jacob, might someday enjoy these stories too. For some reason, my naval career did not go smoothly. It seemed as if very little went according to my expectations, or the Navy's either. It was not a match made in heaven. I always felt like I was the square peg trying to fit into the round hole. Not that it really bothered me all that much. I think I took a certain amount of delight in the situation. It was almost as if I was thinking of writing this book when all of this was happening to me. When I think about all the things that happened to me, it surprises me that I survived.